Bozeman. Bozeman is a community that cares, which is something that I just love and is absolutely valuable to me. And what I mean by that is we're very involved in nonprofits, and you see a lot of camaraderie and groups coming together to help serve the struggling underprivileged, which all of us have been there at some point, I'm sure. So let's talk about what we have going on in Bozeman. So we just have a new, on the north end of town, we have a new homeless campus, which we call it, and that's done by HRDC for part of it. They broke ground a year ago, and that will be actually a year-round emergency shelter. This is the first time we've had a year-round emergency shelter, which is super important for a city our size, and as the homeless population has increased, to have year-round, because as you all know, we have some winters here that are pretty challenging. Another part of this homeless campus is Fork and Spoon, which is really an amazing thing. It is a restaurant that is basically, you don't have to pay for it, or you can come in and pay for it, and they have amazing food. I've been there and helped with the food, preparing the food, and have really enjoyed the people and served the people at times, and it's just been a great opportunity, and I'm always so impressed with the quality of food and the nutrition and just how tasty it is. So that's really great that the Fork and Spoon will be at this new homeless shelter. Another thing they'll have at the homeless shelter is the food bank. So it'll all be together, which is just amazing. And I'm so glad that they're just teaming up to make this happen. Super important. Then we have another basically campus behind Lowe's off of 19th. And that is a combination of Family Promise and community health partners, and also some low-income housing. So Family Promise is an organization that helps with family homelessness, and they just built a facility that is amazing because it actually provides 96 children quality childcare that is based on income. And it's super important because as they were looking into the need of the community, one of the biggest challenges was just affordable childcare. And obviously, if we're sending our children to childcare, we want quality childcare. So they went ahead and did both of those. So really impressed with them. And then at the same area is Community Health Partners. And so that has medical, dental, and also it has some counseling all in the same area to help people that is, income based. So that's really amazing. And then within there, they've got new low income housing within that same area. They're beautiful condos, and they're just very nice and a great opportunity. So that's all in a cluster behind Lowe's off of 19th, which is amazing. Then on the south end of town, we have an organization called Love Inc. And Love Inc. is a gap ministry where it basically pools all the churches together to help with so many different things, as far as like rent support, education, help with like diapers, food. They've got clothing. They've got a nice little clothing place where people can get clothing, and they really go with quality clothing. They also help with furniture, things like that. So it's amazing the different resources that they have, and how it's just a huge amount of volunteers and coordination of churches and volunteers in order to help people. It's amazing. Another thing is we've got a big amount of veteran services. So we've got Big Sky Bravery, Warriors in Quiet Waters, Condition One Foundation, and that's just so valuable and important. Also, Haven. Haven is specifically for women and men. I guess it's probably just women getting out of domestic abuse situations, domestic violence situation. And they actually just have a newly constructed facility that quadrupled their shelter occupancy. And there's law enforcement on there. There's a playground. Pets are welcome. They offer support groups, counseling, legal advice to help those that are struggling with domestic abuse and violence. And then the last one I want to focus on is the Housing First Village, which this is on the north end of town, and they're tiny homes for those that are struggling with homelessness. And the project embraces a trauma-informed design. It's calm and peaceful. It's a grant from Franny Mae, and Habitat for Humanity built it. So as you can tell, we have a lot of, and this is just a little bit of them. We have a huge amount of organizations here in Bozeman that help. For example, in 2022 alone, we had the Give Big, which brought in 6,000 community members together to raise 2.8 billion in just 24 hours for 230 nonprofits locally. And the next time we're going to do that is in May. So that's 230 local nonprofits. That gives you an idea of how we are just a community that cares. And I just love that about Bozeman. So that's some information about Bozeman and the community that cares.